Ripple and XRP are connected to billions of bank accounts globally and through Visa. And I'm going to show you that. There's a great clip that 801 XRP just posted about Visa and Currency Cloud talking about their partnership and what they've been building. Check this out. This is really, really cool. If you don't know that Ripple has been partnered with Currency Cloud for a very long time, Visa went out and bought Currency Cloud. They also bought Earthport so they could use this technology. Let me show you this.
Solutions is fierce with demand for fast, secure, reliable and frictionless services. Visa acquired Currency Cloud late last year to empower banks, fintechs and FX brokers to offer multi-currency services through ready-made solutions embedded in software via APIs. Well, to look at what's happening now, I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by Colleen Ostrowski. She's the Global Treasurer and General Manager for Treasury as a Service at Visa. And
guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, can you please subscribe? Think about subscribing. I'm trying to grow to 25,000. It's been amazing over these last few months making content for you and you guys really responding to it. So please help me help you. If I can get in front of more amazing people like you, the channel can grow and I would be much really appreciated.
Alex Stefanovsky, who's the Chief Strategy Officer, I should say, at Currency Cloud. It is good to see both of you and welcome to Sibos after a 2-year absence when we all went virtual. Colleen, let me start first with you because this acquisition, it took place about 10 months ago. This is Visa buying Currency Cloud. What's been happening since then and what can we expect as a result? Because obviously the two businesses have been integrated and that can be a pretty fraught process in its own right.
It absolutely can be, you're right. But we actually started with an investment and a commercial partnership with Currency Cloud, so we were really able to hit the ground running. We've been building solutions together already and even launched something called Weekend FX, which allows Currency Cloud to provide their clients with competitive FX rates across a variety of currencies and corridors. And this is 24/7, so the rate holds even when FX markets are closed. It really allows clients it removes the need for clients to manage their risk themselves. So it's really a great partnership and we're seeing the benefits of being better together already.
Awesome. And you obviously like it, otherwise you would never have lost this. So from your perspective, what have the benefits been?
Yeah, so for Currency Cloud specifically, we have joined a parent company that shares our view of the market and of the opportunities in the market. And it's importantly a really good strategic and cultural fit. More specifically, Currency Cloud is now embarking on the next phase in our growth trajectory where we benefit from the Visa brand, scale, depth of treasury expertise and distribution channels. And it's really exciting for the Currency Cloud technology to form the backbone of the new cross-border solutions we're developing at Visa through a newly established Treasury as a Service business within the New Flows division.
Okay.
New cross-border solutions that they're developing at Visa. Of course, it's going to run on blockchain, right, guys?
There's so much happening there. Colleen, tell us about Treasury as a Service. What exactly does it mean? And more specifically, what is it going to mean for customers? You alluded to it, particularly with the X rate, that it's not going to change, it fixes.
So, as you know, cross-border money movement is integral to our network of networks. And Visa sits centrally in cross-border payments globally, but historically has been purchase flow centric. So what Treasury as a Service is doing is it's evolving our perspective on that cross-border space.
So it's an extension of your core service.
It really is. It really is. And so if you think about it, think about Treasury as a Service as the foundation or infrastructure that allows our clients to provide world-class cross-border products and services to their end users. And if you think about it, Visa has been doing this for years, if not decades, of really focusing on our treasury expertise because we needed to meet our own cross-border needs. So now what we're able to do is we're able to externalize that to our clients for their benefit and as a service.
Yeah.
All right, guys, understand this, right? When you go and make a purchase with your ATM or your debit or your credit card, right? You get the instant purchase, right? Where you charge your card, you get the goods, you get your gas, groceries, whatever it is. The payment doesn't process for several days, and that's using the old banking rails. What Visa's trying to do here with a partnership with Currency Cloud is allowing instant transfer of those funds through FX and Treasury, right? Imagine any company, any bank, they have all of this value. And what we're trying to do here is tokenize that value within that institution, bank, or whatever it is, central bank. And that value can live on a private ledger, on the XRP Ledger, and that value can move seamlessly through the network that Ripple has created. Remember, Ripple covers about 95% of the X market now globally. And Visa has 4 billion customers, right? There's like 8 billion people in the world. Half of them have Visa cards, right? Almost every adult on the planet usually has some type of Visa card or some situation where they have a bank card that has Visa logo on it.
Alex, what about the customer experience? Because we shouldn't forget that this is really the key to it. If you don't serve your customers right, then they will migrate elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that cross-border payments are very difficult. There are fundamental issues on speed, cost, access, and transparency, like we've heard already at Sibos yesterday, but also things like security and resilience that really impact the customer experience. And we also know that financial institutions are tackling these difficult problems in different ways. And our combined Treasury as a Service offering looks to really meet the clients where their needs are and allow them to address whatever problems they're prioritized to address. So to give you a few examples, we've developed a set of solutions for issuers specifically that are looking to tackle the various problems of cross-border payments. For those issuers that are tackling the problem of transparency, we are now holding the conversion constant between the rate when the customer transacts, either in person or online, and the rate that they pay when the transaction settles. As a result, they get the certainty for the end user, as well as the transparency on what that cross-border transaction will cost.
Okay, so if you don't know this, when banks go ahead and send money through exotic corridors, depending on what currency that is the money is being paid in, sometimes global currencies, depending on the currency, can fluctuate, right? So let's say you send out a payment of $1 million, right, in a XYZ currency, and through the weekend, that currency maybe lost 1% or 0.5% of its value, and that $1 million doesn't get there quite as $1 million. Maybe it's 980,000, and so you're short. And so banks have to send a backup payment to basically make everything correct. Locking in this FX rate, no matter what the time is, allows these banks and institutions to not have that problem, right? A lot of international payments actually end up not getting there. There's a high percentage, like 3 or 5% of global payments actually don't go through. So it's billions of dollars that is either lost or needs to be refunded, or some stuff happens in the background that just makes the whole system pretty bad to use.
But similarly, for those issuers that are looking to broaden access to cross-border services, we've now enabled them to build innovative customer propositions by giving them access to things like real-time FX rates and also giving them the ability to pre-purchase and hold foreign currencies in multi-currency wallets.
So you're actually helping your clients in a way to actually scale up because of the service which you offer, because of this union between the two of you.
That is correct. Yeah, we're building the infrastructure and a set of solutions that our clients can use to build innovative customer experiences.
So you're a business aid, effectively. But look, I mean, it's great what you're doing, and yes, we hear about efficiency, speed and reliance, but you can't get away from the fact that there are pain points. I mean, what are the main pain points that many businesses experience, and how do you overcome these?
Yeah, the cross-border payments market globally is very challenging. There are no ubiquitous global standards. There's countless regulators we need to satisfy. And of course, the businesses, especially that look to transact internationally, face fewer options because correspondent banks are de-risking, meaning that as more and more consumers need to send and receive money internationally, the options that they have are actually reducing. And we also know that businesses, especially smaller and medium-sized businesses, they need to set up the banking infrastructure to support their needs in various currencies and countries, and the investment required to do that is often prohibitive. The time involved to set it up and to maintain those networks, as well as the costs involved, usually make it not a viable solution for fast-growing businesses. We are now addressing that problem by combining the scale and depth of treasury expertise of Visa with the agility and technology of Currency Cloud to provide the solutions that our clients need. We're effectively enabling our clients to act like local players on a global scale.
Yeah, and I'd be fascinated to get your take on this as well, Colleen, because it's a
really quickly, guys, if you don't know this, that small to medium businesses, smaller banks, they have to go ahead and use the bigger players' payment rails, like your JP Morgans, your Bank of Americas. All of these smaller players use and pay to access these banking rails, right? And it costs them a lot of money. So what we're trying to do here is level the playing field. I know you've heard Brad and Chris talk about leveling the playing field, but that's what we're talking about. Giving access to these smaller players to allow to use these new rails to move value that they don't have to go and ask Chase and these big guys to pay their fees to move that money. It's very, very powerful. And this is why you have Jamie Dimon always trashing on crypto in the limelight. But behind the scenes, we know that a bank like Chase is working with like 80 to 100 different blockchain companies throughout the crypto space. We know they're adopting the technology. They just want to do it at a very slow pace because they make billions of dollars off their rails.
Real issue, and particularly when we heard there about the different compliance initiatives as well, because you're having to navigate so many different waters.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we're really seeing in the industry a shift to the cloud, right? Traditional banks and financial institutions can no longer keep customer data on site. It's just not sustainable for the long term. So in Currency Cloud, we have this cloud-native platform that supports our Treasury as a Service solutions. We also are seeing that traditional banks and FIs are really focused on improving the customer experience. Neobanks and fintechs have definitely raised the bar for all of us on this. And so again, with what we have with Currency Cloud and what we're doing with Treasury as a Service, we're helping them to meet that need for the customer experience.
Okay, guys, you are navigating these.
All right, so check us out. Eventually what you're going to have here is you're going to have a Visa, MasterCard, Amex, all of these different banks and institutions are going to have their own stablecoin, right? And you're going to need a bridge asset in between all of these different currencies to make it all make sense and make it all kind of the money flow, right? Because Visa is not going to want to hold the American Express stablecoin or the Bank of America stablecoin or the MasterCard stablecoin. They're going to want to hold their own, right? And when they transfer money between the companies, they're going to need that XRP bridge asset in between those transfers. And that's really where I'm looking forward to as we get through mass adoption. I hope you learned something in this video, guys. If you did, please give the video a like and a subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you in the next one.